got this thing for Christmas, and I don't really know what to do with it, so, here it is. This will make a solid cold opening. There's no way anybody's gonna turn the video off after seeing this. So you know what else I got for Christmas? A motherfucking Nintendo fucking Switch. And you know what else I got with that? Motherfucking super fucking Smash Mother Brothers Melee Brothers Ultimate Brothers. And that's great! I can finally stop bitching about not having one. I'm sure my Twitter feed is thrilled. And since I got it, Ultimate is basically all I've been doing with my life. It's pretty damn great.
This game is, by and large, the ultimate Smash Bros. Experience, which is a totally original thing to say, please do not steal. It's packed to the point of bursting with so much content. 74 characters, 103 stages, a 20-plus hour single-player mode, tons of music, costumes, and spirits to collect. It might as well be called Super Smash Bros. Obsession, because this is all I'll be doing for the next 10 years. But despite all of this, there's still a few things that I feel are missing or need to be changed to make an already near-perfect experience even better.
So, I'm about to sound like a whiny brat that didn't get enough sprinkles on his ice cream cone, but I'm about to count down the 5 things I would change or add to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Why? Because it's the internet and negativity sells. You want me to count down the 5 best things about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Get real! That video would get like 20 views. This one's guaranteed to at least get 25. And before you get too excited, no, I will not be talking about any characters I would add or change in the game. Mostly because that can make its own video, I think, but it's also pretty overdone. I mean, like, every video about Smash Brothers is about characters. Like, we get it. You really want Geno in the game. What an original and thought-provoking opinion you have. So, yeah, no character stuff here, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right, so let's go.
Already starting the list off with something entitled and whiny. Nice! One of the coolest things about Smash Ultimate is the change they made to Classic Mode. Every character has a uniquely themed short campaign with set opponents that fit that theme. Pichu only fights lightweight characters, Daisy only fights females, stuff like that. And perhaps even cooler is the fact that some characters have unique bosses at the end of their run. Mario fights Giga Bowser, Link fights Ganon, Kirby fights goddamn motherfucking Marks! You have no idea how long I've wanted Marks to be a boss in Smash Bros. I was hoping he would be the final boss of Subspace and Brawl, but it ended up being some geriatric Tron-looking dude. And while all these bosses are awesome and a great change of pace, I feel like there should be more. Obviously, I don't expect all 74 characters to have a unique boss, that's absurd, but most campaigns still end with a fight against Master Hand and or Crazy Hand. I feel like they set it up to feature a lot more than sort of drop the ball. Ganon and Marks were the only 2 we didn't know about before the game's release. Even bosses that could have been ported over from Brawl, like Rayquaza and Porky, are surprisingly absent. I guess I was just disappointed because I expected more, which I fully admit is mostly my fault, but still, how cool would it have been to have a boss fight against Dr. Eggman, or Andross, or one of the Metal Gears? Hell, they could have made Metal Face or Dr. Wily into full bosses, or given K. Rool a boss fight where he summons Chaos! This is all wishful thinking, and like I said, the boss fights we did get are still awesome. I just wanted more.
This next one I borrowed from my friend Jameson on Twitter, and I thought it was actually a pretty good point. And that point is that my music is kind of a mess.
The soundtrack for this game is off the charts. There are so many songs from so many games, and a ton of which are brand new remixes, I have no problem calling it the greatest game soundtrack of all time. The fact that I can sort songs into playlists and change how often songs play on what stage is great, but it definitely isn't as user-friendly and intuitive as it could be. Instead of limiting the number of songs each stage has like in the last few games, instead, songs are assigned to a series, and if that series has a stage, any song from that series can play on that stage. so any Zelda song can play on any Zelda stage, for example. With the amount of songs each series has, it can be incredibly daunting to go through and manually decide which songs play on which stage and how often they play. There's no way to set each song to max or minimum all at the same time. You have to go through each song individually on each stage and decide how you want it. And while I'm all for options and giving us the choice, there's just so much to go through. Mario has so many songs they had to split it into 2 categories, Mario Kart and everything else. Not to mention, songs not from a larger series are all filtered into the other category and can only be played on other series stages, even if they used to be played on unique stages like the wonderful 101 music on the Mario Galaxy stage. You can't do that anymore because you can only play Mario music on that stage. And some of those songs just don't fit with the stages they're assigned to. The Rathalos theme playing on the Pilot Wing stage is, it doesn't work. I don't want there to be less music, and I don't want the options to change the frequency songs play to be taken away, but it needs better organization and even more options. I think the devs should have had set playlists of songs that play on each stage, and once all of them are unlocked, then it can sort it by series as well, so you can assign whatever Mario track you want to the Galaxy stage, but are still given the option to keep that wonderful 101 music. Or something along those lines. I don't know. Basically, I want it to both be streamlined and able to be tailored specifically to what each player wants. Is that too much to ask? Towards the end of each run in Classic Mode, right before the boss fight, there's this weird bonus game where you have to run through a small stage collecting glowing orbs and avoiding slowly falling walls and bricks to get extra points added to your score. This minigame is exactly the same for all 74 characters. The layout is the same, the timing is the same, everything about it is always the same. Now remember playing Classic Mode in the Nintendo 64 game and how all 12 characters had their own unique versions of the Target Test minigame and the Board the Platforms minigame? Those were cool, right? I have no idea why none of those things are in Ultimate. The bonus game at the end of Classic should have been one of several different games depending on the character. They could have cycled through Target Test, Board the Platforms, Race to the Finish, and even Home Run Contests just to switch things up even more. Again, with so many characters, I don't expect there to be unique versions of each mode for every character, but they could do like what they did in Brawl and have a set amount of maps and just spread them out amongst the roster. It's so weird to me that they wouldn't include any of these modes at all, especially since Target Test has been around since the beginning, and Home Run Contest was there since Melee. This is Smash Bros. Ultimate. The ultimate version of Smash Bros. And it's missing features and modes that are almost 20 years old!
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
I'm gonna be blunt with this one, okay? I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. All-Star Mode sucks.
All-Star Mode in Smash Ultimate is not All-Star Mode. It is multi-man mode, but instead of fighting Miis or alloys or whatever the fuck, you fight an endless wave of the actual fighters. They tried to make it sort of like All-Star by having you fight them in order of their appearance, but it's not the same. The only challenge is seeing how long you can survive. There's no real difficulty spikes, the stage never changes, it's a hollow shell of what All-Star Mode used to be. And yes, I know it's a lot to ask that they build a mode around fighting all 74 fighters and changing environments one after another after another. I'm sure they figured nobody would want to do that with every fighter on the roster, especially since you wouldn't even get a trophy at the end anymore. They could give you a unique spirit or something, but it's a lot to ask that the players play a mode that large so many times. But they could have at least still included the option. What we have now just isn't All-Star Mode. It feels like a tacked-on thing that they slapped the name of All-Star on because they knew everybody would ask where All-Star Mode was if they didn't. It just feels like an afterthought, and I hate to say that about anything in this game considering how much content it offers, but I mean, what other explanation is there for it? A proper All-Star Mode is, to me, the most glaring oversight in this game when it comes to modes.
And now, before I get to number one, I have a few, I guess you would call them honorable mentions, but mostly they're just things that I want to bitch about, but I don't think I have enough to say to really fill its own slot, so okay!
I considered bitching about the lack of trophies, but I've actually come around on spirits since they were announced. Sure, they're just JPEGs, but they've managed to hit on way more weird and obscure Nintendo properties and characters than trophies ever have. Like the pig from Cubivore, the Elite Beat Divas, and... this thing? I don't even know what this is!
No, seriously, what is this from? Huh. Apparently, it is a DS game about math. Weird. Better add that to the list of potential video ideas.
But I do wish all the spirits had descriptions like trophies did. I'd like to learn some of the history of the games and the characters I'm less familiar with. Like Num Diddley! I know why they ordered the character select screen the way they did, but I wish we had the option to go sorted by series like how it used to be. It's kind of a mess the way it is now. Especially since Echo Fighters sort of defeat the purpose of the way it's organized anyway. Because I am in a state of perpetual brokenness, I haven't been able to purchase Switch Online for myself, but I've heard a lot of complaining about a lot of things related to this game and the online interface. Things like input lag, server instability, lobbies being too small, matchmaking not working properly. Apparently, the online needs a complete overhaul. And that's a shame considering that's all 75% of all people bought this game for. I don't have friends to invite over and play with me on the couch. I use the internet and avoid physical interactions with my friends just like everyone else.
Alright, so the number one thing that I would change about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is probably the most insignificant, inconsequential thing on this entire list. And it is going to make me look like the whiny, entitled brat that I am. But you know what? I gotta say it because it is the one major blemish on an otherwise perfect package in my opinion. So what is it?
This stupid fucking minigame. Oh my god. I fucking... okay, alright. The spirit system is a lot of fun. I think the team was really able to flex their creative muscles with some of these challenges, and I love seeing how they managed to use the tools given to them within the game to represent other characters and items not in the game. They can often be really difficult, and it's incredibly satisfying to finally take down a spirit battle that's been giving you trouble and unlock another cool image to add to your collection. Unless, of course, you fail the stupid fucking shooting game and don't get to keep the spirit, you just... There are two main ways to challenge and earn spirits. The first and main way is the World of Light adventure mode, where you journey around a world map fighting whatever spirit just happens to be in your way. The other is the Spirit Board, where every few minutes a predetermined amount of random spirits appear and you can choose to battle whichever you want at will. I really like that there are multiple ways to earn spirits. As much fun as World of Light can be, sometimes I just don't have time to sit there and walk around the map and find the spirits or whatever. Not to mention, it's super addictive, so anytime I turn it on, I'll say I just want to do 2 or 3 matches, and then 4 hours later I'm in a completely new part of the map and I've got a massive headache because I've forgotten to eat or move. The Spirit Board is much more tailor-made for quick pick-up-and-play sessions, and it's especially great for the handheld aspect of the Switch. You can unlock a spirit or two while sitting on the toilet, is what I'm getting at. However, there's one huge difference when it comes to actually obtaining the spirits in each mode. When you win a battle in World of Light, you just get the spirit. That's it. You won! You did it! It's yours! Congrats! You enjoy that new spirit. But on the Spirit Board, after you win the match, you have to play this dumb, infuriating minigame, where you have to shoot the spirit out of the fighter while trying to avoid shooting the spinning half-circle thing. Shoot a part of the circle, and you don't get that spirit. It disappears until the game randomly decides to put it back on the Spirit Board at some later date. This is fucking horseshit. I won the battle. I beat the main challenge. Why do I have to do some arbitrary random chance nonsense to actually get the spirit? It's like you're telling me just winning wasn't good enough. I'm not Luke Skywalker, okay? I don't bullseye womp rats in my T-16 back home. I can't shoot through the tiny exhaust port on these goddamn things. Sometimes, it's not even worth fighting the higher level spirits because there's even less of a chance I'll manage to shoot through the little tiny openings. You can earn power-ups that slow the circle down or widen the gap, but who cares? The damn thing shouldn't be there at all. I should just get the spirit after I win. Just like in World of Light. I need instant gratification for my accomplishments, goddammit! I'm a human being! even more annoying, they've been doing these spirit board events where certain spirits appear more than others, and the first one they did was based on Super Mario Party, and there were 3 exclusive spirits you could only get during the event. Combine the short window of time you can even get them to appear with the fact that you can fuck up the minigame, and there are entire spirits you can just miss entirely, and who knows when they'll be back! These spirit events are such a cool idea, and I'm sure they'll use them to promote upcoming games like Yoshi's Crafted World or Daemon X Machina or whatever, but the idea of completely missing some exclusive spirits because of some carnival game really pisses me off.
It's a ring toss game.
I'm aware that since I wrote this script, they've actually given you the option to just buy the Super Mario Party exclusive spirits outright in the shop, but let's just ignore that and just focus on how fucking stupid this whole nonsense is. I swear this damn thing drives me insane. Now every time I see some kind of semicircle, I start sweating profusely and break out into hives. The Spirit Board shooting game. The worst thing in Smash Ultimate.
Now, ultimately, none of the things that I said matter here. I'm still gonna keep playing the game. The game is still a solid 9.7 out of 10 at least, and until I get, like, Super Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild or something, I'm probably just gonna keep playing it. And even after I get those games, once I beat them, I'm just gonna go right back to Smash. Any complaints I or anybody else has is just like screaming into a void. Nobody who matters will hear it, and it's all just gonna disappear the second we turn that game back on. You're probably playing it right now. You didn't even finish this video, did you? Ah, come on, man. I stopped playing to make the video for you. The least you could do is stop playing to watch the video. God, people these days. So who you playing as, huh? Who's your main? Young Link? K. Rool? Inkling? Richter. You're a Richter. I could tell by looking at you. You're a Richter player. I knew it. I knew it. You got them axes. You're a big fan of that axe. It's all about that axe for you, isn't it? Yeah, I'm an axe guy myself. I prefer Simon, though. He's got a nicer axe. Anyway, let me know if there's anything I missed down in the comments below, anything you would add or change about the game, and I'll also include my Switch friend code in the description, just in case you want to, add me, and maybe we'll play when I get that whole online thing going, and you better watch out, though, because I am pretty terrible, actually, but it'll be fun. Alright, catch you later! Quick update to this video as I'm editing it, because I forgot to give a shout out to my patrons and plug my Patreon for anybody else who would like to become a patron. So yeah, quick shout out to all my good friends on Patreon: Alec McKinney, Zerb, Madfather, David, and Ricky. Love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you would like to support the channel and if you like what I do and you want to see me get better at doing it, you can support me at patreon.com/impishmatt. So yeah, thanks for looking, thanks for watching, and bye again. Hey, if you liked what you saw, why not consider subscribing? Yeah, that'd be fun, and if you're already a subscriber, give the video a thumbs up, maybe check out one of my other videos, leave a comment, tell your friends, that helps a lot. Thanks for watching so much. Bye. I can't believe Reggie's leaving Nintendo, what the fuck?